Was you able to see the article talking about VCU basketball team saying that those guys are averaging 384,000 per year per season? That's what these kids are now getting paid from an NIL standpoint. Uh, Man, has the landscape changed? I know we talk about it, but to really see, man, if these guys are getting what they rightfully deserve and earn, because if they're getting paid that, they're making it. Better believe, and they've been making it. You know what I'm saying? So, um, man, again, VCU basketball, bro. These guys will average over 380K a year. Bro. What has college turned into, and how happy are you about it,
Man, like I told my cousin, man, this new semi-pro ball is getting crazier by the day. Um, I would like to, fact check that a little more about how much those kids are getting, because that seems like an absurd amount for a smaller school, man. What are you saying about 380,000 for about what 15 players on the team?
bro? Yeah, man.
And man, I just think that is absolutely absurd for a school like VCU. Like, am I overlooking VCU? Are they bigger than I thought they were, or what? But
So this is what I'm seeing, man. Per what do they what do the journalists say? Per report, something like that. Listen, VCU just announced starting next year that they'll be paying the players a share of the $5 million, averaging almost 400K per year. So did I get my numbers wrong? Are we talking about 400K divided by 15 kids? I don't think so.
nah, 400K times 15. If they each getting 400,000, right?
Yeah, it says VCU will pay its athlete directly next year. VCU expects to pay 4 to 5 million to compensate its players.
Okay. So I was
So on
wondering.
average,
Okay, so it's a total of 5 million. So $4 to $5 million.
yeah. So it says on average, the basketball players would get 384K per year. This is at VCU.
God, dog, man.
It's a blessing, man. I love to hear. Listen,
God, dog, man.
listen. I love to hear about it, man. I love to see these reports come out. It just shows you, man. It shows you how profitable sports is, collegiate sports, even at smaller schools, like you mentioned. So just think about what Auburn is bringing in, because that how that the is it Neville Arena?
Yeah,
It's packed. It's packed every game. We know how the basketball fans show up, and they sell out every game. I don't care who they play. So
yeah. It's just mind blowing to me. Like, the part about it is just it's just saying like, wow, it really makes that much money. Like,
yeah, bro.
how from where? Like, they're
What
not
do you
buying
mean?
hot dogs. That many programs. Like, where is all this money coming from? Like,
I
Auburn
mean,
football is making what 15 million a home game, something crazy like that.
I don't know.
I just
I
don't
don't
have
know.
capacity to see how much money is actually being made. Like, it's a lot of money, man.
Yeah, it's definitely a lot of money. I mean, when you think about ticket sales, when you think about something, what you mentioned, TV revenue, TV contracts. When you talk about again merchandise, um, sponsorships. When you go into these arenas, man, you see sponsorships from big corporations. Um, Obviously, yeah, hot dogs, popcorn. Hey, it's coming in, bro. It's coming in, and it's coming in fast. And the thing is, this is nothing new. As if they're willing to pay these kids 400K per year, somebody's still making money. Trust me, nobody ain't nobody
Exactly.
losing.
Oh,
Nobody's losing money.
they ain't giving
So
it all up. We gonna give y'all a piece of it.
yeah, no, they ain't giving them a piece, and the percentage may be very, still very small, still very small. I think it's actually to a point where they don't really want you to go behind that curve. You get what I'm saying? And demand certain numbers and see what's really being made, you know? Um, but I think that's great though, because that's what they talk about. even the name, image, and likeness. Yes, you can, as athletes, we can start partnering with corporations. We can partner with Pizza Hut, Subway, all of these companies, but the school is not going to pay out. That's something different. That's where the money is being made. The universities hadn't, or the NCAA, like they never came out and said we're gonna pay these kids. They're saying, okay, you can have a collective. That's just donors, I think. You can have NIL where you partner with companies where we couldn't beforehand, but now um, the colleges are actually coming out of their money, out of their pocket to give to these kids. I think that's where you really start to get the bag at. When Alabama can pay these players, Auburn directly, University can pay these players. Uh, that's where these kids start to get paid, which I think VCU's taking the first step. Um, and I bet you a lot of these kids will start demanding the same thing, bro. We'll see other schools follow.
Go see this playing field level out even more, man. If I can make 380,000 at a VCU, I don't have to go to North Carolina.
No, no,
Go
you
play.
definitely don't.
I can go play now and make money to take care back home. So, wow, I couldn't imagine, bro. I could not imagine making that kind of bread at that
Well,
age.
what ab- what about I can't either, but speaking of that, let's transition to the Tulane quarterback. Tulane quarterback transfers to Duke. He's getting 8 mil over 2 seasons, 4 mil a year. Tulane quarterback enters the portal. He's now going to Duke, and he's getting 8 mil, 2 year deal, 4 mil a year, man. Uh, yeah. So these guys, it's different. So you talk about the playing field being a little bit more level now. This is a kid from Tulane, not knocking him. I'm sure Duke did they homework, did research. This kid can probably play football. But what about the kids from Georgia? What about the kids from a lot of these top programs? What would Ewers have gotten this year if he didn't declare for the draft? If the kid from Tulane getting a 2 year, 8 million deal.
Yeah, it's no telling, man. It's really no telling. Some numbers came out with Carson Beck going to Miami that he got 4 million for the year that he's going down there. So it seems to be the asking price or the going rate right now for a quarterback. It's
Mm,
4 million a year.
man, that's a solid number right there.
Hey man,
But what would that number do? Continue to go up. What do the NFL quarterbacks do? Players do. Hey, we want more than the person who just signed the contract before me. I want more than him.
got to
So man,
keep.
this number is gonna keep racks on racks on racks. You feel me?
Yeah,
Um, it's gonna keep stacking up, bro. Keep stacking up. Um, man, I had a thought. I forgot. Oh, what I was gonna say. Duke's paying this kid 8 million.
hmm
Level the playing field's getting level. Like I said, when these schools like a Vandy, Stanford, um, I mean Howard, like even these prestigious HBCU schools, when these schools that have, I would say, an alumni basis who start to actually care and who got the money to fork out and just push away, man, it's gonna get very interesting, man. It's gonna get very interesting.
yeah, man. To say the least, to say the least. I seen something uh, earlier today. Actually, it was talking about the profits of some of these HBCUs, and the leading HBCU, which was surprising me, was South Carolina State with $5.4 million. After that, it was a huge gap with Florida, and then we're at like $1.1 million. So I just thought that was very, very alarming to not only see that team. What I'm saying, I didn't think they had the biggest brand, but to see the
Hmm.
difference from one to two was crazy to me.
Yeah, yeah, that's a huge gap. You said this was SC State.
South Carolina State, yes.
Mm, mm. And the second was who?
Florida A&M University.
Florida A&M. All right, that makes sense. Yeah, and you wouldn't think that just because again when I think about the HBCUs right now, um, South Carolina State is not the first one I think of. So and shout out to them though. Shout out to them, man. On top of kind of that hierarchy over there and what they doing, man. Like I say, when taking it back to the sports world, Anybody can be bought, I guess. Anybody can be bought, man. Make it make sense. Make it make sense, and when it comes to financially, make it make sense financially.